Alright, so for this week, I could feel some sort of pressure while trading, and it was causing a lot of fear to slip through and overall just affect my performance. Basically, this week, I either was not taking trades even if they met my entry criteria, or chasing into trades due to FOMO. I think this pressure came from me being too fixated on the results of my trading and being too worried about taking losses. I know that I shouldn't be worried about the results, and losing trades are just a normal part of trading, but I think it's just me being impatient and wanting to reach my set profit on a demo account as fast as possible so I can move on to the next phase of my trading journey. Can I just move on to the next phase now? Well, no, and you'll probably agree with that after looking at this week's trades. Alrighty, to start off the week and the month of December, I was feeling bullish at the start of the day if the 21,000s held, or even if the 950s held too. If price bounced off these levels, I saw potential for us to hit the 200s or even more. And at the start of the day, price just jumped straight up. So I was looking for a pullback to enter on, which I ended up missing here because I was more cautious due to some news being released. But as you can see, the news didn't really do too much, and the play to the 200s would have worked out. After that, price seemed like it was more consolidating up here as there was also some lower volume. So I was just waiting, where I eventually hopped in along here after seeing price sweep the lows of the consolidation zone, because usually after that we'll get that break up. We also had this higher low and a move above my moving average line, so I did feel a little confident here. And as price moved up, I moved my stop loss to break even in case price would just get rejected here again and fail to break higher. But instead, we just got stuck in this mumbo jumbo mess, which eventually did stop me out for a profit of $6. After that, I decided just to stop here for the day, basically going break even with a cool gain of 78 cents. So woo. Alright, so for today, I traded live again for Tweaking Tuesdays like usual, and price again was choppy and trash like usual too. Originally at the start of the day, I was a little bullish and wanted to see price reach the previous day highs around 250, so I was looking for a long entry. But yeah, like I said, it was a little choppy, so I kind of was just holding back on taking any trades for the day. And for the most part, I was just chilling with y'all in the chat. Hey man, lit 5 grand on fire today, but shake it off for tomorrow. Yeah, shake off that 5 grand. Ooh. Trading 20 NQ contracts means 5 grand disappears quick, but hey, 20 grand even quicker. Imagine you like talk about shrooms and you're like, yeah, I'm 14. So yeah, if you're trying to kick it while I trade, I'm gonna be live every Tuesday, so come check it out. But enough with plugging the stream. Later, I eventually took it along here after seeing price bounce above my levels and the moving average here with a target set for the 250s. It was looking pretty good with this fat green candle up, but after that, we got like only 2 little baby green candles, which wasn't looking great for me. And yeah, price just fell right back down and stopped me out for a loss of $157.50. After that, price continued to stay sideways, so I called it early, ending the day down a total of $162.72. Let's see, so for today, we basically broke through the all-time highs, so I was feeling bullish overall and looking for some longs. I really wanted to see price at least hold above the 300s also, and at the start of the day, it did hold above it, but like 100 points further up at the 400s where it formed this double bottom. So I was looking for a pullback to around the 30s before jumping in along, which a few minutes later, price did get a fat drop down here, so I decided to take a chance and jump in along off this green candle after seeing it cross back over my moving average line as well. And it was working out pretty well as we hit the highs again. We did get stuck here for a bit, but then pushed out of it, so I just moved my stop loss to break even here. As we were pushing the 500s easily, I was thinking that I could just hold the trade a little longer today and move my target up some more, because usually on days we break all-time highs, price moves up hella, but we eventually got stuck right before the 500s and consolidated for a little bit before this little sweep lower, where I was thinking this little sweep could be the beginning of the next leg up and move my stop loss to below it. However, price kind of got stuck around here and almost stopped me out, so I just moved my stop loss back down to give the trade a little bit more room to breathe, which was good because price did eventually push up with this fat green candle, so I moved my stop loss back to below this low, thinking yet again this is the next leg up, but it stalled out again here, so I just tied up my stop loss up some more because it didn't seem like we were gonna get another move up anytime soon with this low ass volume. I also saw that Powell was gonna talk later, so the market could just be dead until then. And a bit later, price did just come down and stop me out for a profit of $253.50. So should I have stayed a little longer? I don't know. Overall, the market was just dead for now, so I stopped here for the day with a profit of $248.28. So for today, I saw that we were still pushing higher on NQ, so I was still bullish overall and was looking for the 500s and 400s for support. But low-key, I woke up a little grumpy and impatient because for my first trade, I just ignored the fact that we're probably in more of a range in the consolidation area due to the low volume here. So instead of waiting for a lower sweep of this area, I kind of just jumped in along shooting for a huge break up, which after these little baby green candles was hella unlikely. And yeah, I just got stopped out for a loss of $109.50. With today looking to be more of a range day, you'd think I'd play by the rules of the range, right? Buy low, sell high, which technically I did play with these rules, but just ignored the highs of the range because I was still shooting for the stars on this next trade. Here I got along after seeing a strong bounce off the 500s, which is the lower part of the range, so the entry isn't bad, but I still was low-key wanting a break to happen, so that's why I had my target way up in no man's land. I originally was going to plan to see how price was going to react at the highs near the 50s and have my trailing stop loss, but price was struggling to even get to the 40s, so I just tied up my stop loss below this low here and just watched as price was slowly climbing. As it was reaching the 40s, price just got rejected, and with this 5-minute green candle closing way weaker than expected, I I just moved my stop loss to break even to get out of this trade fast, which did get tapped quickly for a small gain of $4.50, but low-key that's a loss after fees anyways, so yeah. With the market just sitting in the tight range with low volume, it's looking like a no trade day for me until we break out of the range, or I can just say fuck it and try to play the range one more time with a better target, right? Yeah, I played the range one more time with a long here off the bottom, mainly because we did break lower, but we did have a strong buying response off the 90s to keep us in the range, and also these mini red candles made it look like there wasn't any selling pressure to follow up on the break. But after sitting here for like 10 minutes of nothingness, we finally did get a slight move up, which was getting shut down, so I just moved my stop loss to break even because I wasn't trying to sit in this any longer. And looking at the 5-minute candles, these wicks weren't giving the best look for a long right now, and yeah, I got tapped for a small profit of $6, but fuck, I should have just held on a little longer with my tight stop loss because price just popped up right after. So after that, I just stopped trading here for the day, taking home a loss of $114.66, mainly due to that first trade though. So for today, I kind of relapsed into bad habits and just overall traded like trash, but it didn't start like that. Originally, I was going into the day feeling bullish and wanted to see price hold above the 450s or 500s, but right off market open, I ended up missing this fat long that fit all of my entry items because I was too scared to enter 2 minutes after market open. So yeah, after missing that monster trade, I might have been a little salty and ended up FOMO jumping to a long here because I didn't want to miss another move. I did size down to one contract because I already knew this was a bad trade to take, and I still did it, which was quickly stopped out for a loss of $47.50. Then right after that stop out, price jumped up again, so I hopped in along again with 3 contracts this time because I was like, maybe we are gonna get a pump up. Nope, I was wrong and decided just to bail out early for a loss of $64.50. After that, I might have been a little tilted and decided just to flip-flop trade for the rest of the day and overall trade based off my feelings and emotions again. So that caused me to hop in a short here because it was looking a little weak, but the 600s held and bounced right back up, so I got out near break even for a loss of $4.50. Then because of that strong response from the 600s, I decided just to switch up and jump back in along, but that wasn't really getting the move up I wanted, and I just ended up getting stopped out for a loss of $66. After that, I was debating just to stop, but instead just switched up again and hopped on a short, which luckily did get a fat volume spike down and dropped down hella, but that got bought up right after, so I just ended up bailing near break even for a small gain of $3. Then you'd think I'd stop here, but I was getting ready to go back in with one contract until I finally pulled myself back and just closed the app. With that, I managed to stop myself here and took the L with a loss of $200.38 today. So yeah, overall, really sloppy week for me, and I lost a total of $228.70 this week. I'm really just disappointed by the fact that I keep missing setups due to fear. Is it a lack of trust in my entries? Maybe, but I also think my main problem is that I'm still involving my feelings into trades. I often find myself thinking, this doesn't feel right without any good reasons, which causes me to miss out on a lot of trades that sometimes work and sometimes don't. So I really just need to forget about that and just say fuck it and enter those trades when my checklist is met. I know I've said something similar last week, so that's why it's even more disappointing that I keep making the same mistakes. But anyways, now that we've seen this week's trades, am I ready to move on to the next phase and put on some more risk? No, but I'm gonna just give it the green light to move to the next phase of my trading plan anyways. I know, it's stupid, but hear me out. The next phase is prop firms, where basically the goal is to get funded. Now, what are the reasons for moving forward when I haven't really proven anything with a demo account? Well, one is I really want to try out my skills with some risk as a kind of end of the year test to see if I've improved at all this year. And 2 is basically because I got a big ass ego and think I realistically could get funded if I stay disciplined and execute my strategy properly. I know I'm moving way too fast and haven't proved anything with a demo yet, and I'm probably gonna get comments like, but if you can't do anything on a demo, how do you expect to do it on an actual account? And to that, I'd say you have a great point, and that's why I left it to the end of the video as a surprise to people that actually stick to the end. Also, it's not like I'll just keep blowing accounts one after another. If I do end up blowing a prop firm account, I'll probably just circle back to demo trading for a bit before trying again. So yeah, with that, I'll see you next week on a prop firm account where I'll try to get funded.